Hi, and welcome back to the Cheeky Crypto Podcast. My name's Chris, and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another podcast video. And in today's podcast video, I want to cover the biggest headlines in the crypto space. Obviously, it's been a rather interesting last couple of days as Nick and myself were out on the road, out of the studios, and whenever we go out on the road or on our travels, the market always dumps. The last time this happened was back in November with everything FTX. But one thing that we have been really quite clear on is our expectations throughout this bear market, and I hope that I'm articulating it well enough that people have got a grasp of what it is that I'm trying to sort of communicate to everybody. So we called the bottom in June 2022. That happened. We called it in May. It happened in June. I think, matter of fact, I actually did a video towards, I think it was the 30th or the 31st of May, saying I'm selling all of my ADA, and I am so bullish on ADA, and I was then and I am now. And I said I'm selling all my ADA. Why? Because I think the bottom's going to be in June when it comes to cryptocurrency. This was back in 2022, and I want to increase my holdings of ADA. I increased my holdings by 30% of ADA, and it was a great move. And obviously, if you go through the comments of that video, everybody telling me that I was wrong, telling me that I was going to regret it, it was the biggest mistake you're going to make in crypto, and so on. And we went on to say, once the bottom in June happened, we went on to say, actually, we expect a new lower low. It doesn't feel like it's the actual bottom. And that happened in November. We called FTX before it happened. We were an enabler for people to get out of the exchange ahead of time. We saved people. I mean, there were stories of people where they had managed to get their brother to basically get all of $80,000 off of the exchange, and it saved their money. And it's something that Nick and myself are really proud of. Is the calls that we've made. We were told we were wrong pretty much all the way through this bear market. We were told that there was these 7 wonderful indicators, magical indicators, were the actual words that we used, and I said that they would be invalidated, and every single one of them was. And I am proud being sat here, calling the fact that everybody's saying that we're in a new bull run, and you're never going to see 25k again. Well, we've just seen below 24k so for Bitcoin. So look, I want to be really clear. We've been calling this stuff. I've called property as a real big risk factor in potentially pulling the market down. Evergrande is just filed for bankruptcy a day ago now. Obviously I'm recording this now, I'm back home, and this is stuff we were calling. We've been talking about this on this very channel. Go through the podcasts and listen to them. We've been calling this shit for some time. We've been calling it way in advance. We've said property is an issue. We've said that commercial property, we've seen repossessions, we've seen cheap sales, we've seen legislation changing around the world, enabling some of these companies to not default by repurposing the buildings that they own into residential properties. This is all stuff that we've been flagging to people, talking about where we kind of feel the market's going. The next really big pullback, and I mean big pullback, will be when the Fed pivots, in my opinion. Look, we've been right through this entire bear market. We've called it pinpoint. It's been amazing. I am so proud of what our team has achieved over this period of time, and I'm not boasting. I don't want people to see this as boasting. This is a proud moment for myself, our brand, our team, and we're proud that we've been able to save people an awful lot of money. We've talked about risk management, and I really want to get into the bigger headlines today, and move away from this stuff. But I do think that we need to talk about it. We need to raise awareness of risk management. We've seen so many lending platforms and exchanges fail. I think it's really important, and we have 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘.io. Go check it out. You've got a 7-day free trial to become a member. We have courses on there around risk management, building portfolios, how to chart, so Elliott Wave theory, smart money concepts, and much more is coming as well. On-chain data, technical analysis on request from our TA team. We've done so much to basically try to keep people as safe in this space as possible. And you can just jump in the Discord and utilize, the resources there. We pay a team to support people in this bear market. We've got an amazing community that are there supporting one another, and I really do recommend jumping in the free Discord at least. But check out the membership. You've got a 7 days free trial, no obligation to continue it. You can always cancel it if it's not for you. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Over 340 different project reviews with ratings. We've got technical analysis on request, like I mentioned. We're using AI to generate trading opportunities or ideas, signals. I don't know what terminology you really want to use, but this is stuff that we're really proud of, and I think that it's very valuable. And if you don't believe me and you don't want to take my word for it, which I completely understand, go jump in the free Discord, which link is in the description of this video or in the bio if you're watching on Twitter, and ask our community and ask the members directly in the Discord. They will tell you an honest review of the membership, and I think that's such a powerful thing. Somebody like myself, I would rather that you do speak to our members and ask their opinions, because actually that's way better than listening to what I've got to say on my perception of the value of it. Go ask the members. But anyway, look, massive long intro. I think we're like 6 minutes in and we're still in the intro, but I think there was a lot of stuff to cover. A lot of stuff's happened in the market. There's going to be people that have been shook by it, and there's going to be people that bought higher and we're now looking at lower prices, and that might be because you're following the wrong people. It might be that you just got caught out, and both of those are completely fine. But I think there's a lot of people that are bad in this space, in the influencer space, misleading people. And I'm not talking about your everyday influencer. I'm talking about like people that run in hedge funds that I personally believe are talking shit, and they know it as well. I think they're just flat out lying to their communities, talking about liquidity being positive in the crypto space, and it really isn't. And they're lying to their community. I think that's just a terrible thing. But anyway, let's focus on the headlines, what we've got coming up, and the things that we really need to be focused on moving forward. We can't change anything that's happened in the past, but we can make better informed decisions in the future. So I do want to cover some of these big headlines. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button. If you're watching on Twitter, give us a retweet. We really do appreciate it. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, tap that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. And let's get down to the desktop and let's have a look at everything that's being covered. Apologies, it's been an absolutely long day. I've been in London and literally got off the train, done an AMA, and now we're doing this video. So it's been a very long day. But over $1 billion in crypto market liquidations as Bitcoin hits a 2-month low. Bitcoin traded at around 26,800 on Thursday morning in Asia, as it hit a 2-month low of around 25,400. ETH fell below 1,700. Now, what I want to say is actually these prices, we saw less than 26, and it might be just when this article was written, we actually saw below 25k for Bitcoin, right? So obviously it depends on the exchange and all that sort of wonderful stuff. But look, what caused it? I think there's a mixture of two things. I think there's some misleading information that's going out, like Elon Musk, SpaceX sold Bitcoin. There's no official truth to that. Like it's kind of been debunked a little bit. The wallet counts that we have for our personal on-chain data, which you as a member have access to for Bitcoin, doesn't indicate that's happened at all. But what I would say is there are two things that have happened recently. One would be Evergrade filing for Chapter 15 bankruptcy. This is something that we've been highlighting since like November. This has been one of the catalysts that we kind of felt was had the potential to bring down the market. I'm going to say, you know what, it's another accurate prediction from Cheeky Crypto. I don't think that we've got too much wrong. I think that we're not getting enough credit for the calls that we've made in this bear market. I want to be really clear on that. Really proud, not boasting about what we've done in this bear market. The other thing is that there was some changes to the Binance business, some of the processes and stuff like that on how they operate, and I think that has also compounded the situation alongside the Evergrade bankruptcy filing Chapter 15. So I think there's two things here at play that have combined, I want to say nicely, and I don't mean that disrespectfully to anybody that's lost money here, but I think that, this is something that we were kind of expecting. We've been talking about 20k Bitcoin going down to those numbers. Nick initially thought that we were going to go up before we went down. I think, a bit of a bounce. That didn't happen. We went straight down. Again, the fundamentals sometimes do have more of a bearing. There's things that, catch people out when it comes to just, your technical analysis. And that's why we kind of covered the both elements, your technical analysis and your fundamentals on this channel. So hopefully if you're watching both, you're kind of getting a rounded view of the market. But ultimately we have been expecting lower prices. We have been quite clear on that, and if that hasn't come across, do let me know, because I really do want to make sure that we're communicating as best as we can. Google's Bard predicts XRP price in the next bull market. It's going to be interesting to see what it is. I haven't read the article, but rather interesting that they're getting price predictions from Bard. So it looks like we're looking at a price by the end of 2024 of $1.80, but by the end of 2025 we're looking at a price of about $3.50. Look, it's artificial intelligence and machine learning. One thing that I really want to be quite clear on is this sort of artificial intelligence and machine learning is only really looking at stuff on Google. It's only really looking at what other people are kind of inputting into the data, and your AI is only as good as the data that is inputted into the AI. So look, I would take these prices with a pinch of salt. I wanted to cover it off because I think it's the right thing to do, but I kind of wanted to have that educational kind of side to this video, where I kind of highlight how the AI is actually working, and it is all based on what's being put in. And you've got to think the amount of nonsense that goes into like Google and onto websites, particularly around cryptocurrencies and altcoins and stuff like that. I think that you've got to kind of take these things with a pinch of salt. I think it would be very different if the AI was learning and it was kind of a different kind of algorithm to what Bard is. But I wanted to just put this out there, because there's a lot of people that read these articles, start buying the cryptocurrency thinking that it's going to do these prices, and it just might not. So I want to be really clear on that. I think you need to make sure that you go away, you do your own research. Even AI could be misleading you. It's not just crypto influencers. I think crypto influencers get a really bad rep. Don't get me wrong, some people need to own that and accept that they're actually really terrible people. They're never going to do that, and some of them are the biggest in the space, and that's their words, not mine. But what I would say is AI and other kinds of information can be misleading, particularly news articles. We see this. AI, depending on the algorithm, if it was self-learning and improving and self-educating, I think the AI would perhaps be giving different information out, but that isn't the case here. Anyway, moving on, we got crypto prices rally back as the SEC said that it will greenlight ETH futures ETF. Really bullish news. I don't know what it is with Ethereum, Vitalik and those lot. They, maybe they've bought a few people. I'm just going to put the allegations out there. I don't know. complete speculation, but they seem to have something. They're the only altcoin that I'm aware of that are allowed to do sales that are frowned upon for others. Like XRP, for example. But it's okay for Ether to have sold to institutional players and stuff like that. But when others do it, it's not allowed. So moving on, we've got Coinbase wins approval to offer crypto futures trading in the US. Rather interesting. What I would say is I kind of feel like I'm trying to think of the right terminology. I kind of feel like Coinbase are going to win. Like, they are going to be, from a US standpoint, they are going to be the go-to player outside of traditional finance. Now, one of the predictions that I have made is that we are going to see banks, traditional finance, be custodians of cryptocurrency, and the only ones that are licensed to do so, with the odd minority of other private sector companies being able to, like Coinbase. So look, I think that it's interesting, but I do think they're going to win. We've got Singapore among the world's first to agree a stablecoin regulation for cryptocurrency. So this is great to see. I'm going to link this in our Discord for people to read through at their leisure. We've got PayPal halts UK crypto sales until 2024 amid regulation shake-up. Now, I do want to say, like, there are people talking about influencers moving. There's going to be lots of crypto companies moving. We are potentially leaving the UK as a business. And this is really down to the FCA and what they're doing. There was some lobbyists saying that it was going to cause a lot of companies in the UK to move. I don't want to move our company out of the US, but we don't have a choice. And we're going to see several move across. Really sad news. Well, I mean, it depends how you look at it. I mean, I think this is really sad, and I'll come on to why. We got Christian Pev, I think that's how you say his name, was allegedly murdered with a dumbbell and chopped up. This is another crypto influencer. Missing US crypto king found chopped up and stuffed down a toilet by horrified plumbers. This I don't know, this is in Bulgaria, I believe, but what I would say is this is sad, right? Let's say this was an influencer and somebody lost some money, and these things happen, right? Like, we've got to start taking ownership over the decisions that we make in this space. It isn't necessarily this influencer's fault that you've lost your money. They might have been I don't know, because I never watched this individual, but they might not have been shilling shit coins. They might not have been doing illegal activity, pump and dumps and stuff like that. Maybe they were, I don't know, but let's just say that they weren't, and they were like a legitimate crypto influencer that was really only had your needs and your thoughts in mind, and made a mistake. I think that there needs to be some ownership. There needs to be some accountability. Maybe I'm just poorly articulating this, I don't know, but like, for me, you got to go away, do your own research, make sure it resonates with you. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. I think this is a sad story. I think anything like this should be frowned upon. And look, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I really want people to do well in this space. If people have lost money watching us, one, I would question how, but two, that's not what we want, right? We want people in this space to be successful. We want you to go on to do really well. And that's at the heart of everything that we do. So I want to be, clear in our messaging. as much as I can, and make sure that people understand. Jump into the Discord, which is absolutely free. We've got a tremendous team, a tremendous community, and I think that it's worth its weight in gold. So join it and ask about the membership, see if that's something that resonates with you, see what the members say, and like I say, if it's something you think you can benefit from, do the free trial. You got nothing to lose. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications, and give this video a share, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.